Well, most of us probably have some kind of a plan to leave behind our hard-earned money to family, friends or charity. But once you die, what was rightfully yours doesn't always go to who you've named, as this family found out.
Michelle, Brady Hall's from A Current Affair. I wonder if you could just clarify what your relationship was with Mark Baker.
She's nothing to us.
A warning to all of us.
We haven't had a chance to actually think or grieve Mark at all.
About wills, relationships.
She is a stranger. We don't know her from a bar of soap.
And your superannuation.
Was Mark in a de facto relationship with her?
No, definitely not.
Mark Baker died in a shocking car accident in southern Sydney about a year ago. His family believe he fell asleep behind the wheel. As if his death wasn't enough, the family was further devastated when a woman they believed he was just boarding with claimed his estate and super.
It was $242,950 and so many cents.
Leaving his children penniless.
I couldn't believe it. How? How is this even possible? And immediately I thought, how dare you?
Nathan is Mark's son.
Good on you, buddy. Thanks. I love you, man. I love you, Jamie. I love you.
Those wonderful memories with Dad at his wedding were shattered soon after when that terrible crash happened.
A deadly crash between a car and a cement truck.
The family missed the footage on the news that night, but Michelle Griffiths recognised Mark's car and immediately called police, who were trying to work out who died in the fire. Michelle also rang a funeral home.
The funeral home put her down as de facto. Just going off her words and not really looking into the relationship or their living arrangement.
Paul and Julia Baker's home is full of a lifetime of memories of their beloved son, Mark.
We just can't get on with life. Every day I'm in tears. I just can't seem to get my head around it.
The relationship between my dad and Michelle was only that of convenience.
His address was here.
So as far as you're concerned, Mark just rented a room from her?
Yeah.
That's all we know.
said
He
Mark.
rented.
They say Mark told them he shared a house with Michelle Griffiths because it was much closer to his new job than with his mum and dad. However, Michelle Griffiths insists she was Mark's de facto and they were planning to marry. It's possible Mark was in a relationship his family knew nothing about. The family is very upset and you may be able to help us straighten a few things out there.
Do you mind just telling us what the relationship was? They say that you weren't a de facto.
The day after Mark died, she also made inquiries about his superannuation and any death benefits.
She had withdrawn what was left in his bank account and taken it for herself.
The family said you sold his motorbike. Can I also ask why you withdrew $2,000 out of his bank account the very day after he died?
The Supreme Court granted probate to his family, yet there was nothing from his estate left. They sent a lawyer's letter demanding his motorbike, valued at $30,000, and the contents of his bank account. Nathan's wife, Mel.
She then told us that she didn't have any of Mark's possessions anymore because she had sold them all.
The family lodged 7 court affidavits from family, friends, even an ex-wife, saying they believed Mark was not in a de facto relationship with Michelle. Michelle also lodged an affidavit with text messages appearing to be from Mark, saying he loves her and talking about marriage. Even by her own account, they had only been living together for 14 months, not long enough to be legally defined as a de facto. Still, if Mark was in a secret relationship, the family believe he would have wanted his money to go to his children. Cbus Superannuation acknowledges that Mark's children, Nathan and Rachel, were the only nominees on his super, but that was only used by Cbus as a guide.
According to them, it's all going to her. She earns her own money. She was working before she ever seen Mark, before Mark ever moved there. And yet she's saying, yeah, I'm dependent on it. Bull. That's Mark there. That's that one small urn.
His ashes
that
there.
urn.
Michelle did return some items to the family, albeit very quietly one afternoon.
She left Mark's ashes.
She dumped Mark's
She
ashes
dumped Mark's
on the
ashes.
driveway.
Ashes that should have gone to Rachel and to Nathan.
Yeah.
She left them there.
Nathan got some of his dad's ashes and a broken heart.
We had already felt broken. It was almost like she was kicking us while we were down, and we couldn't do anything about it.
However, Michelle's affidavit has a different version of events. She says she was upset and frightened how the family was treating her. Now in an appeal process, the family is demanding Cbus not pay Michelle Mark's $116,000 in super.
He'd be absolutely disgusted to think that they're leaving his kids out and letting her have all the money.
Well, what he did was he provided a non-binding nomination. In other words, it was a recommendation to the trustee of his super fund as to what he would like to see happen. However, the trustee in that situation has a discretion to distribute it as he thinks fit, and it might not necessarily be what he wanted. The thing that you must understand is that your superannuation does not form part of your estate. When you die, it is not covered by your will. It's a separate entity altogether.
Lawyer Sam Macedoni has this bit of advice for all of us.
If you want to be sure that your nominations get the superannuation fund, there's got to be a binding nomination, something that binds the trustee, and he can't get around it.
Binding or not, the family of Mark Baker asks, how can this happen?
It's just...
No, she can't have that. I don't give it. No. There's something wrong in this country if we allow things like that to happen.
Well, we asked Cbus for an interview, but they've told us they're unable to comment while they are still assessing the complaint regarding this matter, and we will certainly let you know the outcome.